Okay, so in this lesson, we want to add UVs or edit our UVs. What are UVs? Basically, it's taking our model and laying it out on a flat 2D plane so that it could be painted. I'm going to go ahead and go here to UV editing tab, and I'm going to make sure I'm in edge mode, and I'm going to go ahead and hold Alt, and I'm going to select this edge right here. There we go. I'm also going to select, I'm going to hold Alt, and I'm going to select this edge here. Oops, sorry, that was Shift and Alt, and select this edge, and this one, and how about Shift and this one, and let's rotate down, Shift here, here. So we're basically kind of going to separate the handle um, from the body of the, and then I'll hold Control and I'll select the bottom here of the mug. Okay. I'm going to hold Alt and select here at the bottom. Oops. Sorry, Control Z. Let's just go ahead and break this as is. So if I were to right click, and I will go to Mark Seam. That's good. Okay. Mark Seam. So good. Those are marked. I'm going to hold Alt and click this bottom one. Okay. And right click and go to Mark Seam. There we go. Very good. I'm going to hold Control and click the bottom here. And hold Control and click this one. Nope. Extra. There we go. Shift and right click, Mark Seam. If I hold Alt, I can go to Mark Seam. There we go. I do have this edge, and I don't want that seam. I accidentally put one there. So then I can right click, and instead of Mark Seam, I'll go to Clear Seam. There we go. I don't want that seam there. So very good. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do a face mode, which is 3, and I can do A. That'll select all the faces, and then I'm going to right click and go to unwrap. No. Okay, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to right click here in the viewport and go to UV unwrap faces, unwrap. There we go. We can see our seams, and you know, some of these are, oh, I can see my handle isn't all that great, but that's okay. The handle, I just kind of need to um, move this over a little bit. The handle, I can just do an Alt right here, go into Edge Select Mode, Alt right here, and right click and go to um, Mark Seam. There we go. Go back into face mode or 3, do A to select everything, and I'll go ahead and right click again and go to a UV unwrap faces, unwrap. There we go. Now we can see my handles over here, and my body of my cup is there. That's pretty good. This is, I think, the inside of the cup. All right, so this is good. All right, so now what we have here, if I go into my UV select mode up here at the top, you can see this one all the way to the right where it says island selection mode. I can then select that right up here, and now I can select this whole island. It's a UV island, right? And this represents the outer area of the mug. I can click R to rotate. I can rotate that here, and G to grab. And I can move it right up here. I'm looking at this one. I think that this is, let's see, let's make sure we have this at top and bottom. If I were to go into, say, UV select mode vertex, I can click and drag here. Do I see them? Let me, I'm going to click this UV sync selection, and I'm going to go ahead and just select right up here. There we go. So I can see, yes, that's the bottom. This is the top. Very good. Let's go into, let's see this one. If I click and drag here, this is the interior. Okay, so this is the bottom. Let's go ahead and click and drag on this one, and that's the bottom. So let's see, this is the bottom, and I'm going to turn off sync and go into UV mode. I'm going to select this UV island mode. I'll do A to select everything. There we go. And now I can select this island and R to rotate, G to move, G to move this one. S to scale. I'm going to scale this down a little bit. All right. Let's see. So I got G to move this one. There we go. So now I have them there. There's ways that we can straighten out this the UVs here. I'm going to go into that now. I think that this is good enough. We can then save this. If we go up to where it says image, there we go, UV, in the UV menu, go to export UV layout. Click that, and this has it. Okay, this is called cylinder.ping. I am going to call this mug underscore UVs dot ping. Export UV layout. It's set at 1024 by 1024. If you want to, you can put it on 20 by 48. Okay, here in Photoshop, I clicked open, and I'm opening the Mug UVs file. I'll click open, and there we go. And we can see it, um, pretty decent. Uh, if I wanted to, I could go. I want to double click here where it says layer one and call this UVs, and then I'm going to create another layer, and that layer I'm going to put behind it, and I might as well give that a name like background. And background I want to fill with a mid-tone gray here. So I'm going to move this here in the color picker to halfway at a mid-tone gray and click, is that Alt Backspace will fill it? There we go. Very good. Alt Backspace filled it up. This way we can kind of see the UVs better. Some people like to set the UVs blend mode here for the for the layer. To say something like screen or something else. But I think this is good enough for what we want. Um, you can decide to say paint something if you're familiar with Photoshop and you wanted to paint, say, oops, sorry, I want to do a Control Z. I do not want to be painting on my UVs layer. I'm going to select on background and I'm going to click plus. And then I'm going to go ahead and using the brush tool, I can paint the eye here. E to erase. B is a shortcut to brush. All right. And maybe I'll do oops. Probably I should have just made one and copied and flipped it over. All right. And then I could like fill it with black if I wanted to. So I would go to background and let's not fill it with black. Let's go to let's see, let's go to orange. Do a alt backspace, right, to fill that. Maybe make a layer, maybe this layer, and see E. J, Control J will make a copy, and I can go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Dang it. If I use my lasso tool and I select just this part, I can do a Shift J. There we go. And then Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. It was Shift J. How about, is it Control Shift J? Just made it on its own, but whatever. And then Control J. There we go. Well, I think it was Control J in the first place. And then Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Control T to so I can rotate and stuff like that. All right. Finally, I want to make my UVs not visible. And then I want to go to File, Save a Copy, or Save As. We'll save it as a Photoshop file, so I can do that here. File, Save As, and then I'll go to this Mug TM in Photoshop, click Save, and then I'll go to File, Save a Copy, and save this as, say, a JPEG or a PNG. Mug TM copy will work. Save. And I will click OK here on the options. I could also take some image that I find from the internet as well and apply it. All right, I'll go back into Blender. And let's go ahead and go into the material editor. I can see that I should have a material here. But I'm going to go ahead and just click new. Why not, right? There we go. We've added a new material. I'm going to click plus. Yeah, material 2. Okay. I could select material 1 or material 2. Honestly, I think material 2 has not been applied, but material 1. And if I go down here to where it says base color, sorry, that selects the color. I'm going to go ahead and back into modeling mode. And I can see here I have my viewport shading. This way I can see it. So let's go into, again, my base color was yellow. If I change it, changes to red, etc. So let's go ahead and click this little dot to the right of, well, let's see, no, I want to go right here. Okay, and I'll click this yellow dot next to it to the left of it, and I want to go to input about texture, image texture. And then I'll browse the image to be linked right here. And I'm looking at, what was that? No, create a new image. There we go. Name, untitled, width 1024. Sorry, open image here with my folder. Good, this is what I want. And I am looking for mug. tm.psd. I'll do the JPEG and click open image. There we go. And now we can see the image that we painted applied to it. We want to go ahead and go to File, Save As, and I will call this mug textured, and Save As. And I believe we should have some sort of okay, so what we want to do is we want to save this with the texture. In order to do that, we have to pack it. So we will go to File, External Data, and then File, Pack Resources. No new files have been packed. Let's see what we have here. So I am in mug texture. That opens this one, and it appears that that mug textured saved, and it appears that that contains our JPEG with it, so that when it opens, we don't have to search that out. All right, so let's see. Mine is mug textured. That is what you want to turn in. You can call it your last name with mug if you like. All right, thank you.